Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over how to correctly cream contour and highlight your face and 3 mistakes that you may be making. I've made these mistakes before. I'm sure many of you have as well. So I just want to share some quick tips and tricks and demonstrate how to do it. The first mistake is not contouring and highlighting your face according to your face shape. Take a look at this chart right here. It tells you specifically how to cream, contour, and highlight your face according to your specific face shape. Now, we all have different sizes and shapes of faces, so we can't be contouring the same exact way and highlighting the same way. So we want to do it according to our face shape. Now, with my face, I have more of a heart-shaped face, I would say. It's a little confusing because my face is just very unique, but I think I'm more on the heart-shaped side. So I cream, contour, and highlight accordingly. And first thing I want to do always is start off with a primer. I've already done my skincare routine and washed my face and put on moisturizer and all that good stuff. So I want to prep the skin by priming it with my First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I'm going to just put some on my fingertips, where it's really important to prep the skin before putting a ton of makeup on it. Now, there are 2 ways to cream, contour, and highlight. One is before foundation and the other is after. Meaning, you put your foundation on first, then you add in your concealers to highlight and then your concealers to contour. I'm going to do the concealers, I'm going to do the highlighting and contouring first and put the foundation on top so it blends seamlessly. The first thing I want to do is start off with contouring. I use a color that's about 2 to 3 shades darker than my skin tone. And since I have a heart-shaped face, I will be starting on my forehead and putting a generous amount in the corners. Let me pull this back a little bit. Now, my technique is not perfect, but once I blend everything out, it's going to look better. So I start off with just a little bit in the upper right hand corner of my forehead and then a little bit on the side of my face like this. And I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. It's one of my favorite concealers, super affordable, and it gets the job done. And I'm going to do the side of my chin, which I've noticed makes a huge difference. Even when I just put a little bit of powder contour or even a little bit of bronzer in this area, it really defines the shape of my face. And then of course on the cheek area, I just put a couple of lines right there because less is more. Okay, and the next common mistake I see people make, and I've made this mistake when I first started doing my makeup. Let me show you a picture of when I first did a full face and I first cream contoured and highlighted. Girl, like, what was I thinking? I looked crazy. But as you can see in that photo, my highlighter was way too light for my skin, way too light. So you always want to go with the color that's about 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin, maybe even 2 to 3. I use 2 concealers when I really want a nice bright under eye area. I put a lighter concealer right under my eyes, and today I'll be using the Juvia's Place concealer because this one's pretty light and it's in the color 12. So I'm just going to put that directly under my eyes, 3 dots, like that. Same thing on the other side. I actually like putting some a little bit on my eyelid too. And then in the inner corner of my eye to give me a more lifted look. And then everywhere else on my face. Okay, under that I'm going to be using a little bit of a darker concealer, and that is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. This one is about 1 shade lighter than me once it's blended out. And as you can see, it's a little bit darker than the first concealer I put on. And I'm just going to put that directly under. And kind of blend it in with the other concealers that I put, or the other areas that I put concealer. because I want my under eye area to be the brightest. And then there you have it. Okay, so this is how it looks. I know you might be thinking, how is she gonna blend this all out? Because it is kind of hard to blend your contour and your concealer when it's on your face like this. So you're probably thinking, how am I gonna blend it out? But just wait. To that I say,
it's all connected. Shut up.
okay, first I'm going to blend out my contour, and I'm going to be using this little contour brush that I got from Luxie. It is an angled contour 741 brush. So I'm going to blend this out first. This brush is a little dry, so I'm going to spray it with my Fenty Beauty Fix Spray. And I like this brush because it's pretty dense and it's angled and it's small. When I'm using contour brushes, I like small ones because I like to get up in there. And I'm going to blend this in upwards with my concealer. Every time you're doing every time you're doing contour, you want to blend upwards into your concealer. And then when you blend your concealer, you blend it a little bit down and up where your contour is, because you want them to be together. You want them to be like married. So everything just looks flawless, looks well blended, and take your time blending. That's the third mistake most people make, is that they don't take their time. I'm super guilty of it because I'm lazy sometimes with my makeup. I don't always blend, but today I'm gonna make sure I'm doing it correctly.
A few moments later.
Okay, and the next step is to blend out your concealer. I'm going to be using the Real Techniques brush. I use this in like probably every single one of my videos, so. And I'm just gonna blend it like so.
Two hours later.
Alrighty, the next step is to put foundation on so it all blends together and it just looks great. I'm going to be using the Il Makiage foundation, and I also did a review on this foundation. If you'd like to see it, I'm going to link it up at the top. And I'm still going to, I'm going to start off with one pump and then just put dots all over my face like I usually do with my foundation. Okay, I'm going to be using a different brush for this. I've used so far 3 brushes throughout this video for contour, highlight, and for foundation. I'm just a little extra. You don't necessarily have to use 3 brushes. That's just what I do, but do what works for you. Okay, and as you can see, my foundation is all blended out. Now we're gonna set it with powder. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty powder in the color Banana. I like Banana because it's going to give me that really bright under eye look that I'm going for. So I'm going to put that in the same places that I put concealer. Okay, now I'm just gonna bronze my face. Okay, and to make my contour look a little bit sharper, I'm going to set under it with powder. Please ignore this pimple. It's so annoying. I don't even know how it got there. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and I'll be back with the final look.
6.5 hours later.
All right, and this is my final look. Let me know what y'all think in the comments and I will see you in my next video. Bye.